Hey YouTube. I wanted to take this time to talk about a different topic. The shooting in Connecticut is a big tragedy, and I don't want to take this time to talk about gun control or politics like that. It's sad that stuff like this happens. That you got some whack job that goes into his school, shoots up 18 kids, 8 adults, one of them being his mother, and then kills himself. What I don't understand is how this guy was able to get into the school. If after Columbine happened, all these schools should have beefed up security. You should have some sort of security guard or police officer, in the school when it opens. I don't care if it was never if a shooting never happened at an elementary school before. That's not an excuse. School shootings have happened all over the country. It's been in colleges. It's been in high schools. Just because a private airplane wasn't hijacked and ran into the World Trade Center, does that mean that people that fly on private planes shouldn't have to follow the same regulations the TSA imposes on everybody else? No, I don't think so. And so the fact that this guy was just able to walk right in, he was wearing a mask and a bulletproof vest, and nobody did anything. Nobody stopped this guy. I don't know how long it took somebody to call the police. I imagine shots were probably fired before that happened. And just by, once school starts, if you have someone at the door, all right, at the beginning of school, if you have three main entrances, then get three officers to come in, to donate some time, or hire some security guards to come in, and you get the little metal detector wand, and you train them, and they pat these kids down as they come in. They wave the wand over them. Kids only come in first. If adults want to come in, if their parents or whatever, you need to have a valid reason to be there. Just showing up to look at the school isn't a valid reason unless you're moving into the area and it's a possible school district. But even then, you should still be searched and patted down and scanned and all that stuff to prevent stuff like this from happening. You send, there's hundreds of parents that send hundreds of kids to a school, and that school is doing nothing to protect your children. That's asinine to me. That's just so crazy. What if this guy wasn't a murderer, okay? He didn't come in and shoot these people. He came in and kidnapped a handful of kids, and I'm not saying that, that's any better or worse than dying, but it's a possibility. And to put anybody through this, especially these children and these parents, is crazy. It's totally wrong. And I don't have any kids, thank God, and I do have some friends that do, and I've told them, hey, if you're concerned with the security of your school, then you need to go to a school board meeting. You need to bring it up. You need to find out what they're doing, what preventative measures they have in play to stop something like this from happening. Because that's really what it comes down to, is stopping stuff like this from happening. And the idea that I live in a small town and I know everybody in my town and this will never happen to me is a horrible, horrible way to go about it, because it is going to happen. And this proves it, and it wasn't a kid, it was an adult that walked into a children's school with a bunch of 5 to 10-year-olds. So that's where I stand on this. It's really sad. I'm ex-military. I'm all about, having the right kind of guns. If you're going hunting, having a shotgun is fine. Having an AK-47 assault rifle with an extended clip is ridiculous. Having extended clips and handguns where you can get 18 to 20 rounds off in between reloading is crazy as well. You don't need that for hunting. I don't even think anybody uses handguns for hunting. I'm pretty sure you either use a rifle or a shotgun. And if you're a real hunter, they use crossbows and bows and arrows, because that's real sport. So you can take what you want from this, But I'm going to kind of try to wrap it up here. But what it comes down to is just the security of where you're going. And when no one wants to take responsibility for the security of the place, then that's where you have to take your own security into your own hands. And that's why I think having a concealed carry permit is really important. If everybody in the country had a handgun or had a gun and had a concealed carry permit, you know, I'm not saying violent crimes would stop, but it definitely changes up the thought process. When you got a guy that wants to rob somebody and he doesn't know if you're carrying or not, and the more people that are carrying, the chances are you are, that's going to stop a lot of violent crime from happening. Now, poverty has a lot to do with it. The way you're raised and being at home and broken homes, I know, it increase the chances of violent crime, especially in males. Males that have no father figure, it's statistically shown that violent crime is increased and all that. But yeah, but I just want to stop on this. My prayers are with all the family and all these kids and other adults that lost their lives in this tragedy. It's truly sad. But stand up. Don't be a victim. Do something to prevent this from happening in your city, okay? All right, I'm going to end it on there. I'm going to try to come back with some magic content. It's my thought for the day. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Take care, folks. Peace.